Hello everyone, it's Masuma Mishu here. Welcome to my talk on conducting a cross-sectional study. Do you want to conduct a cross-sectional study for your MSc dissertation or PhD thesis or for your further research? Then this video is for you. Today, I'm going to discuss step-by-step process of conducting a cross-sectional study, and I'm going to share it from my personal experience, the cross-sectional study that I conducted for my PhD thesis. So let's get started. I did my PhD at the Department of Epidemiology and Public Health at UCL, and my study was funded by Commonwealth Scholarship. The topic of my PhD thesis was the association between dental caries and anthropometric measures in 5 to 9-year-old children in Bangladesh. So the first step for any kind of research is doing the background literature search. After doing the literature review, I identified that there is association between dental caries and height, weight and BMI of young children. However, the association varies across different countries and setting. So there is still inconsistency in this association, and this has never been tested in a population in Dhaka, Bangladesh. So I identified that research gap, and to complete that gap, I conducted this study. My main research aim was to assess the association between dental caries and anthropometric measures, as I mentioned, height, weight and BMI in 5 to 9-year-old Bangladeshi children. And my secondary study aim was to understand the pathway, how this association might work. So I tested three most important pathways. One is if there is untreated dental caries that might cause dental pain and poor oral health, overall quality of life, and it might also cause sleeping difficulty, eating disturbance, and through all this pathway there might be an impact of dental caries and height, weight and BMI of the children. But I need to test it, and for test that research hypothesis I conducted this cross-sectional study. So as you see, the first step is to conducting the literature search and identify a gap in literature, and second step is to come up with your specific research question or specific aims and objectives. And second step, now we are going to discuss, is the process that we want to conduct for test this hypothesis. And for this study, the methods that we select is to conduct a cross-sectional study. However, before conducting any kind of study that involves people or animal, we need to take the ethical approval. And for this study, as it was conducted at UCL, and also the data collection was conducted in Bangladesh, so I needed to take the ethics approval from both University College London and also from Bangladesh Medical Research Council, BMRC. So when you will conduct your study, make sure that you have enough time you have considered for getting this ethical approval before starting any kind of data collection. So as I mentioned, the methodology that I followed was the cross-sectional observational study. And this study was conducted in July to October 2015, and I conducted a pilot study in January 2015 to test all my questionnaire and the feasibility of running this cross-sectional study. And the study population was 5 to 9-year-old children in Dhaka, Bangladesh, and it was conducted in Pediatric Department of Dhaka Dental College Hospital and 3 nearby primary schools. And for data collection, it was collection of non-clinical data from children and the parents. For the children, it was interviewer-administered questionnaire, and for the parents, it was the self-administered questionnaire. And we also collected data from clinical oral examination and measured the height, weight, and BMI of children. And about some study measures that we should decide before conducting any survey, before designing the questionnaire, is that what actually we are going to assess through this survey. So, in this case, it was the outcome measures, main outcome measures was height, weight and BMI, and I transferred the Z score from these original outcomes, so that is comparable for the population, age group and the sex. And then main exposure variable in this case was the dental caries experience, and I measured two indicators. One is that DMFT, that is decayed, missing and filled tooth, and the small letter that is for the deciduous tooth and the capital is for the permanent tooth. I also measured the PUFA, that is index, that is pulse, ulceration, fistula and abscess, to see the severe case of dental caries when it further progress, what impact it could have. And as my potential covariates, I adjusted age and sex, and for socioeconomic position I adjusted mother's education and family income, and for childhood factor I considered as covariate birth weight and childhood diseases. By the way, all these covariates I need to make justification why I choose these covariates across different other confounders and covariates through background literature searching, and have backed up with the evidence why I am choosing these particular variables. And the next step was then to develop the questionnaire, and I also validate oral health related quality of life questionnaire, that's the SOHO 5 scale of oral health impact for 5-year-old children. That questionnaire I translated into Bengali and validate the questionnaire. And I also developed a survey team, and I provided the training and have the calibration session with the survey team. There was one survey team that developed with the clinical dentist. I'll show the picture a bit later. And another survey team, survey group, who conducted the height and weight measurement of the children. So, yeah, this is Dhaka Dental College Hospital where I conducted part of my study, and there were another 3 primary schools that I selected from nearby Dhaka Dental College Hospital for the data collection. In Dhaka Dental College Hospital, we conducted this survey in Department of Pediatric Dentistry. And these are some pictures while doing the clinical oral examination in Dhaka Dental College Hospital, and also height and weight measurements of the children. And this is a picture of me doing the oral survey in the school. As you know, in any kind of epidemiological study, we might not be able to identify the best equipment, so we need to conduct our study with the best possible resources that we have. And this is again the picture of height and weight measurement of the children. And this is a picture of interviewer administered questionnaire with the children. So it was quite a long journey to complete the data collection. It was a huge monsoon, and sometimes all the roads got flooded. However, we overcome all those barriers and completed the data collection. The next step was then data entry, data cleaning, and finally data analysis. So after doing the data analysis, this is the summary result that I got. I'm going to share very brief summary result with you. Total sample size was 788 children, and mean age group was 7.12 years. And 73.2% of these children, they have dental caries experience, any form of dental caries, and 35% had the PUFA, that's pus, ulceration, fistula or abscess. And overall mean caries experience of deciduous and permanent teeth was 2.84. And this was the height, weight and BMI Z score, mean score in this study population. So let's see the main findings. This is the unadjusted bivariate association. So in this study, we identified that the children who has DMFT score higher, they tend to have lower height, weight and BMI, and same was the case for PUFA. Children who have pus, ulceration, fistula and abscess, they tend to have lower height, weight and BMI. So this was the bivariate association. And when we conducted the multiple linear regression, which is adding the outcome variable and the main exposure, and also adjusted for other covariates to adjust any effect of this covariate or confounding factors, we still identified that there is association, negative association between dental caries and height, weight and BMI of children. So in a nutshell, if I want to say that even after adjusting for all confounding factors, there is still existing association of higher dental caries and lower height, weight and BMI in the study population. And it was statistically significant, the analysis. So that's in a nutshell what I conducted for my PhD thesis. So after conducting the analysis and make the result tables, I wrote my PhD thesis and submitted it. Later I published 3 articles from my PhD thesis. So in next video I will share some of my publications from my PhD thesis with you and show you how I translated this research into a published journal article. Thank you very much. I'm really grateful to all the children, the schools, the survey team who helped me to conduct this data collection. Without your help and support, it would not be possible to run this huge survey. Thank you.